Got him. Got him. Alright, here's the rainbows. We'll go from the top. Boom! Doesn't take long. Man, those rainbows are so onto it. It's so cool watching them hit the surface. Sometimes when I catch flies in the kitchen, they meet a pretty grisly end. Wasn't sure how to sort of really approach the whole thing, but so I've managed to get a movie this weekend, which is cool. A little bit of fishing involved, a little bit of job searching going on, and you know, some promising things. I think we've nutted out a few things about what we want as a family, and hopefully it gives me more time and the family more time together and all that, you know what I mean? So that'll be cool. After the last video, it got a really good response. Everyone was really supportive, so thanks heaps for all the comments and nice things people said, and it's really encouraging. And definitely don't think that I'm sitting here moping about, you know what I mean? I'm really not too phased. It's actually a really good thing that you know, I've been moved on or kicked up the bum to get moving again. So it's all very positive. And thank you for that. What did come up is Patreon. Now, I've always avoided it because I always thought, yeah, like, first of all, it didn't seem right at that stage because I was only at hobby level. But as sort of more and more time gets put into YouTube and more effort sort of to improve the channel and engage with the people that watch it and reply to comments and all of that sort of pick up more and more. And as the kids get older, the family commitments are ramping up as well. Now, I certainly don't expect everyone to rush out and hit the Patreon. I'd feel pretty sleazy actually bringing it up in the first place. But I guess it's just, this is probably the first and last movie I'll mention it in, and maybe I'll just put a description from here on. But I'm just putting it out there. If you want to sort of cruise over the Patreon, any support anyone does put in, it will be hugely appreciative. And I think I wrote on the Patreon page, it goes towards my family as much as a YouTube channel, and just me being able to sort of contribute more time that I'd normally be sort of putting towards other things like family and work and everything, but putting it into YouTube. If you feel like doing it, head over to the page. If not, just cruise over anyway, check it out, have a read, make some comments. Please comment in the video that follows this little intro here and tell me what you think. Certainly don't want to be one of the, I think I saw someone wrote up about it and called it e-begging. Hopefully it doesn't come across too silly. And yeah, check it out, and check out the next video that follows this bit, and hopefully you enjoy it. What is it actually? I think it's still going to be alright. Alright. Not that you can see.
Oh, what do we got? Rudder
repair? Yeah, no, not repairs. We've added a rod holder. We're looking good. Hey, wait, how you going, man? Yeah, there's an angle. It's just that angle. Once you get past those little breakers there, it's no problems. Is that like an iPad or something? Oh, they're in the car. Is that yours? Yeah, it's still fell on the ground. You're right.
Oh, I just see this GoPro going missing as well today.
No.
I've got...
Not with the amount of electric tape we're going to put on it now.
I don't want to lose it.
It's starting to look pretty good now. If that comes off now, these will all be broken well before that. There we go. Alright, what else we got? Keys. Oh yeah, that's what we've got today. Got a very nice realistic one. Deep diver, 2.5 metre deep diver, a couple of Halcos. This was the first lure I ever bought when I moved up to the Gold Coast to take on the kayak. So that definitely works. But we're running with some redheads first up, because we know that they've proven to catch snapper. So the kayak guys heading out. Yeah, see that's pretty big. Yeah, like, you gotta be caught under that.
You go out and catch some snapper.
Ah, dude. Alright. Make sure this has got nothing on it. Alright, so we're out. So that's a bit unfortunate. We sort of started to get the raft out and we sort of realised that it's actually a pretty big ask. We were sort of sitting on the sandbank there and you can see the waves sort of rolling over. I was sort of secretly looking over and there definitely a few came through that I was like, oh mate, there's a good chance you could lose another camera here. So it definitely ain't all roses. Launching the raft offshore. So yeah, we had to pull a pin. So I'll still come out, see if we can crack some hard bodies. Sounds like someone on the radio just got one, so I'm pretty keen to get out there. So we'll be trolling the hard bodies. You know, got a red head and a gold red head. And I actually brought the troll camera out today, which is sort of cool. I very rarely do any kind of trolling or hard body kind of trolling during winter when I'm going for snapper. So it's a good opportunity to get the camera out, see if we can get some nice underwater shots. It's pity Tim couldn't be here, but now that I'm out here, it is pretty lumpy. So I think we were right to pull a pin just because we didn't want to lose all the gear, and sometimes it's not worth it. But we'll be back to give it a crack another time. So hopefully this session sort of still turns out good for me. So bag a couple of snapper now that we're past the bommy. Let's get this set up under wraps and we'll have a really good crack. Busting out the old Spinfisher V. Haven't used one of these reels for a while. I've switched to slammers pretty much. But here's the lure we'll be using on the troll cam side. So we'll get this one out, do the setup and have a fish. Hey, yo. On the drop. This will be interesting. Don't want to muck around. He's going to pull me back for all my lines. No, not that troll cam. I saw that line fly out. I was like, was that a hit? That's his hit. Pull a little line. Come on, pull me down that way. Pull me down that way. Hopefully the wind's going to untangle me here. Okay. Right on that spot. As soon as I hit the reef, it's come good. Oh. And we've got a little snap, and he'll be your keeper. Come on, mate. Oh. Oh. All right. Not a big one, but perfect pan size. That's exactly what we wanted. Beautiful. Got it on the drop. Turns out the jerk shad is doing the damage first up. We'll quickly sort this out, sort this tangle out. Hopefully we aren't tangled. We can get back and try and catch another one of those. What's going on? Hopefully that hard body's enough to keep the troll camera from sinking. Whoa, Wade, far out. So check if he's all right. Is he up? Oh, he's back up on it.
That one almost cleaned me up too.
Jesus.
You see that coming now? Fucking it, I was under then.
Oh, mate. That wave was massive. They still rear up out of Kingscliff, mate. Like there's some big ones coming through still, and they just rear up on you when you don't expect it. I might move over a bit, just in case here. Jesus.
Reel's gonna need a real good service now.
Jeez. Yeah, all these reels are gonna need some love.
That was impressive, mate.
Maybe he doesn't have as much go as I thought. You got it on the drop though, you got it a nice drop. Oh, just when you see that line peel out, it is very satisfying. Well, it's the day of the panties, but we're not going to say no. We need a good feed. I think 2 might be enough though, unless we... Oh, look at that snap. Oh. Look at that, a pigeon pair, they're almost identical. So, they're not big ones today. Maybe, what are they? Let's see, if they're from the tail from here up to about here, which is that's the 45 mark, so 45 centimetre snapper, so not monsters, but well and truly worth it. Look at that. It's a good looking snap. Oh, he's not happy. That's a great look, very pink looking, very light looking. Whether that's because they're over the sand or just up in the mid-water. But they're definitely attacking the baits. And there was lines all over that sounder then. So I'm not surprised I got something. Oh, you've done my plastic in a bit, mate. Well, I'll often avoid this glowy, just plain white, just simply because it's just plain, you know, and turns out that it is the way to go. Alright, I'd like to get one on the hard bodies actually. The plan was to give up on plastics because they haven't been doing very well. But turns out it's the plastics that are doing the damage. Or plastic that's doing the damage. That was good. Just getting those, just on the drop when you see that line just start peeling off, it's just so impressive and so enjoyable. Sorry Tim. It would have been a bit lumpy, mate, if you were out here anyway, but I'm sorry you couldn't get out. This was the snapper trip we were sort of aiming for. Alright, so that was a bit bizarre. I did a drop for snapper and I've been sort of taken down onto the rocks very quickly, and then but then I think I lost the fish, but then I let it drop again. And what's happened is it's I've snapped the line off, but it snapped off sort of halfway up. I had like a bit of I had some coloured braid tied on because I like to see like the depth I'm at, but where it's sort of the knot where the coloured braid sort of ended, I only had like 50 metres on or something, just so I could tell when I was down the bottom. I think it must have snapped at the knot, so I'm back to just the other braid I had on, which wasn't ideal because now I've lost my leader. I didn't bring any other leader out actually, but we can make do with this. We might as well rig it up again and I can still have a bit of a flick, but we'll be doing leaderless. Okay. Stuck everywhere. What's going on? Maybe should we put a bigger hook on and we'll go for a bigger. What have we got that's slightly bigger? We've got a size 5. We'll put a bigger plastic on. Maybe that can entice a bigger fish. Is that the way it works? Alright. Size 5 hook and big jerk shad. It's got to be worth something. Yeah, right. It's I think it's only 7:39, but I think I might even just call it. I heard ants just heading in now, and I think, look, I caught 2 snapper. They don't seem to be sort of happening anymore. 2 on the plastics. The whole plan was hard bodies, and in the end the plastics is what sort of done it, which is sort of funny because, you know, there's been quite a few plastics trips out and with nothing to show for it, so in the end it was the plastics that did the job. So yeah, travelled around the reef a bit more. There's some pretty big swell actually, so it's probably just as well that Tim didn't come out actually. But yeah, it just goes to show you how hard it is to get the reef out, to get the raft out onto sort of the offshore reefs. It's not easy, and then once you do get out, like somewhere like here, which is so far out on, you know, the east coast, it's pretty rough, and you don't really know what to expect until you get out here. So I think Timmy will put a video up of you know, all the trials and how hard it really is to get it out, and it'll be interesting to see, and how frustrating a trip that we did just recently was. And I don't know if this will make it in, but this just adds to the frustration, I'm sure. But look, I got some snapper. I've definitely got some dinner, and yeah, I'll just head in and see if we can get in. Maybe we'll try and catch a wave in, but I think I'll be coming in on the outer edge and onto the beach. I don't think I'm going to risk coming through the rocks. It's not really worth it. You get smashed on the rocks and crack your kayak in half. So we're going to call that a day, yeah. 7:41. That's a quick session to to get some snapper. They're on early. I think they could come on around tide change, but I'd rather go in and, you know, spend some time with the fam and see everyone packing up and just call this a nice quick, you know, super snapper session. And yeah, so see you on the next video. There's a good one coming up actually. Did a collab which wasn't quite as successful fishing wise, but I think we sort of put a good funny video together and hopefully it goes well. So keep an eye out for that coming up. And yeah, see you on the next video.